It got serious.
Yeah.
Should we turn the lights off or
It got
something?
serious. Should we light some candles?
Is that your music or is that the custodian?
No, that is my music.
You know,
It does sound like the
Sushi?
custodian,
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
that comes by in the singing.
She photographs the trash.
Oh man, she's hilarious.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She sees
Oh,
faces. She sees faces.
Okay.
Take pictures of faces.
The only dude I know is Manuel.
You know Victor.
Oh,
I do?
He's the one that comes in and talks to us.
Yeah,
Everyone on
it's weird.
set.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I have Victor.
Are you ready? You want me? Can I you want me to try it?
That's Manuel.
Work my magic.
Two guys?
I don't. He introduced himself as Victor last
Come
week.
on.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty sure his name's Manuel. Manuel. How do you pronounce it?
Emmanuel.
So I said Manuel, and he's like, yeah. Why couldn't you find that?
I mean, it's playing my music, which is the wildest part.
Does it need to be on? Does it need to have your computer
He lost
projecting?
his,
No. If it doesn't, that's
radio
perfectly
when he
fine.
came to me while class was in session.
Should we turn it up?
So he was on radio.
That will be fine because I have to talk
So,
over
there's two
Oh, okay.
guys.
it.
that I
It's
know
just there
like
for me.
confusing.
It's fine. All right.
What's power saving mode? Why is it in power saving
I
mode?
don't.
They're like
Should we just
the same
unplug it real quick
size.
and plug it back in?
Or
no?
I gotcha.
It's very relaxing music.
I hope so. We're not getting too intense just yet.
All right, come on.
D&D in the digital age.
Yeah,
What I know from D&D is from Sheldon. And in Stranger Things.
When it was used to max.
It's all good. We had it working. It doesn't now. I don't really need the screen.
Oh, okay.
You guys will be facing me most of the time anyway.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I mean, we can put my computer on and open your playlist on it.
Here, as long as it plays, it can be in power saving mode. I don't care. As long as the music plays.
I don't know
That's what's
if I got-
important.
Here, let's turn the shit off and back on real quick.
All right.
Okay. Well, is there an introduction? What are we getting
Yes.
ourselves into here?
Once this gets working, I will tell you guys.
Oh, really? You need the opera?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the scene.
It's the whole thing, you gotta get the mood right.
Do we turn the lights off?
Lights and plugs.
This is the whole experience.
If you can read your sheets, if you can read your sheets with the lights off, that's all good.
Is anybody hot in here? Do you know at the door, or is it just me?
No, it's pretty warm.
It's
Can
a
I
little.
crack it? I'm like fucking
I'm
sweating.
always freezing.
Are you cold, Devin?
I'm always cold.
Now you're cold?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, alright.
Well, it's fine.
You put it over there, away from the door, so you're not cold.
Go ahead.
I'm a filler, so it's just because I thought I was an idiot.
No, you're good. Go ahead. Open the
Got that internal temperature cooking? Built it up.
Go ahead. Open it.
I know you like the door.
I don't care. Go ahead. Yeah. It's like a baby.
There we are.
So cute.
Ooh, Robert, I don't know why. It's just an old piece of shit. Is it all good now?
It is all good.
Oh.
Is it a PowerPoint presentation?
There's only one picture. Don't worry
Did
about
y'all know?
I was ready for like a 10-point slide.
Trees, roots don't look like they do above ground.
it. Nope. They splay out horizontal.
And some go straight down, too.
Uh,
Some have different roots.
Yeah, it depends.
I did a piece on it.
Really?
Yeah, I like took out my house plants, sprayed out all the roots. Oh, my screen prints.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice idea.
Interesting. It was originally like nature versus nurture, so bot, and then there's something a little bit.
Sorry, Robert.
All good. You guys ready?
Yes.
I don't know. Are we?
Well, that depends.
I'm kind of scared.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I am only asking two things from you.
Okay.
All I ask for is your time and your imagination. If you'll give me that, allow me to steal you away.
Try my best.
It is September 2019, and Metro Campus has just opened up for the fall semester. It is a chill, frigid, but dry, cold, about 20-degree day. RTD is running about 5 minutes late. It's about 12:30 as Walt goes and unlocks the sculpture studio. We are going to start. Lorax,
Yes.
you walk in as you see a man in a kind of swept back, dark, kind of starts dark into kind of a dirty blonde hair at the end, wears a black beret. This is a professor you have not seen before. This is almost a stranger. As you walk in, you take your seat. The first week, it's still kind of quiet, not really sure. And you come in, you are dressed in a orange hoodie and jeans. Your full height of about 5 foot so, in your human form.
In your what?
Human form.
Human form.
Next.
Would he be in this class though, since he's a monitor?
For the moment, yes. Next up, Sushi. You wheel in
Your sushi.
I'm Sushi McShimi.
Wheeling?
as
You
you
like the
see,
roll?
Like,
as in
He's in a fishbowl.
rolls.
oh.
Your sushi in a fishbowl?
No, she's her name.
She's like the most fresh sushi you can get.
Goldfish in a goldfish bowl. I have turrets, just in case.
Dang.
And I roll them. I was gonna like draw sushi.
Respect the master.
Okay, okay.
So-
Of course.
You wheel yourself in your human form, probably early 20s, in a wheelchair as you roll up to your desk. Your seat has been moved aside to accommodate for you. As you see this new professor, he wears a very formal black button-down shirt, short sleeves. They're rolled up. And you can actually start to see the edges of tattoos just barely covered.
Is this
But
the same blonde with the beret?
yes, this
Okay.
is the professor sitting behind the table. Next up, Mist. You almost glide to your seat.
He's making this
Wearing a kind of like gentle, almost blousy shirt. Just kind of you slowly sit down, trying to understand the surface of the seat, so you can make it look convincing as you appear to sit down. Pixel. You kind of clamber in, walking into the studio, getting ready, just grabbing your stuff. A couple things are starting to fall out of your backpack, and you just kind of just quickly put everything back in, and you sit down at your seat with your red and black kind of striped knitted shirt. And then we have Lulu. You make your way in.
Wait, what was this called? Lulu?
Lulu.
Magenta.
Lulu.
Oh.
Lulu, you kind of stride into class, just trying to, as you're coming in a little later than everyone, you get a sense of the class that you'll be in. It's smaller than usual, but you come, you sit down. The professor is a very stoic and has been looking over his notes the entire time and has not quite looked up at any of you. And then from the back door,
Can I ask a question?
yes,
Who's Devin again?
A pixel?
Devin is Pixel.
I'm writing this. I don't know. All right. Take it down.
And then we have our friend, an older gentleman, comes in through the back door, probably somewhere in his mid-30s, maybe pushing 40, in a red and black plaid shirt, comes in, big red. You make your way from the outside where you're spending a moment in the sun. And you come, you sit down, and you just take a very hefty breath as you sit down. And the professor, as the last of you walks into class, he looks over you all and smiles. And it's almost uncharacteristic for his face. This man is stoic and statuesque. And there is just this soft smile as he looks over you. Welcome to beginning sculpture. Now, things will be different this semester. There has been an off-put in funding and trying to get everything together. Unfortunately, that is why we have our smaller class size this evening. I will be your professor for this semester. My name is John McNamara. Please just address me as John, that will be fine. We're not too formal here. I would like a little exercise to get to know everybody, if that is all right with you. So please, anyone, just your name, so I can get that down for attendance, and just an interesting fact about yourself. Anyone, raise your hand, otherwise I have to pick volunteers. All right, volunteers it is. They are. Is there a Pixel in class today?
Yep, I'm a shapeshifter.
Are we supposed to know that?
What?
That is an interesting fact about yourself, Pixel. But being in the art department, you are free to explore your truth however you see fit. I will not stop you, and I hope that reflects in your work this semester. Are we still doing volunteers? Understood.
I lowered the quality of the air. I fill a room with smoke. Big old red?
Old Red.
Old red.
You see John kind of cough for a minute as he's maybe mid-40s. And as the air quality drops, you all feel almost this chill. And kind of almost like there's a light smog hitting you. And there's a lethargy that comes with that.
Is it mixed with the mist?
It is indistinguishable from normal air at the moment. Is there a Lulu Magenta in class?
Here.
Miss Magenta. It's good to have you in class. What is your interesting fact about yourself?
I really like the ocean, but don't like water.
An interesting contradiction, but
You like the
I'll take it.
ocean, And you're a color? And you like the ocean?
I really like the ocean, but I don't like water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm a mermaid.
I hope that
A mermaid, so like, what, only a mermaid body goes in the water?
Is that
Okay.
a mermaid?
Figure it out right here.
Hot mermaid.
A mermaid? Oh, like a...
I'll see you later.
Please.
well, that's an interesting contradiction for yourself. I hope you haven't worked yourself into a corner with that,
I
but
have anxiety issues.
well, we do have counseling services here at Metro. If you need anything, please come to me. I can get you their number, recommend you if you need some.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Of course. Alrighty, now I'm just going to go down my list. Is there a mist in class today?
Yeah, mist. I'm literally a cloud of mist.
Right.
I prefer cloudy days because the sun evaporates.
You're so
That's
It must be hard to live in Colorado. It's really dry and sunny here.
I like sunny days, guys.
well, I hope the cooler weather this late in the year has treated you well. Hopefully everything has been all right. There's been no evaporation so far.
Do you ever freeze and turn into snow? And if so, is that embarrassing for you?
That has happened before. It is extremely embarrassing. I always make it through one way or another.
Don't look at me, I'm snowing.
Well,
I'm snowing.
Is the rainbow like your swan song?
Ah. Still have to find my rainbow.
And he looks directly at you. Old Red, it's good to see you in a class. If you would like to introduce yourself to the rest of the course and an interesting fact about yourself that I don't already know.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like you guys know
Apparently you guys know each other.
I have been discarded many times, but I thrive.
I appreciate your perseverance, and I will also reinstate that we do have counseling services here at Metro. Please come to me if you need anything. So, a sushi McShimi? Shimi? Alright. He goes and he writes something. Writes something in his notes. Sushi McShimi, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I got you hooked up with super glue. If you guys didn't need it in class, hook up. Super glue, got you covered.
I appreciate you offering that to your students.
Okay.
It's good to know we have influence in adhesive at the moment. But I'm glad to have you in class.
It should be the one material first older class.
Righty. And then I just have Lorax here.
Oh, yeah, that's me. I speak for the trees.
There was part of me that just had a feeling that's what you were going to say. But if you do so, I hope you speak for them in your work this semester. I appreciate having you in class. Now that we've gone through introductions, and some of you have failed to abide by the Umbral Arcanum, we can shift to the real class. He snaps. And there is a blue-purple haze that fills the entire room. And
Wait, Robert, because
yes.
we failed to abide by the what?
Umbral Arcanum.
What the hell is that?
That is the rule set which keeps the two realms of the waking world and the dream separated, where magical beings and normal people have to live in harmony and in secret. And as you guys introduced yourselves as your magical beings, he shifts the class to its real form. And when that purple-blue haze fills the room, your human disguises just fall apart. And your true forms are revealed. If you would all like to introduce yourself, starting at the top, Lulu.
I'm Lulu Magenta. I'm a pervert.
And then we have Mist.
3 weeks on land.
A land
Then
person, sorry.
Old Red.
I'm Old Red. I'm a resilient tobacco plant. Drive from the loading dock.
Pixel.
I am Pixel. I'm a red panda fairy dragon.
Interesting combination.
Those are awesome.
Fairy dragon.
And then Sushi.
Sup? I'm a goldfish with turrets on the top and roller skates.
And then
Let's go.
Lorax.
I'm more. I'm not.
It is also then the disguises on all your belongings you brought into class have also eroded, as your full equipment is shown no longer to be school supplies or equipment for a sculpture class, as some of you have literally brought weapons onto campus.
I'm not saying a damn thing.
So far they are still in your bag, so we're kosher. And that is when Professor McNamara will take off his beret and put it down. First of all, I will remind you all of the Umbrella Arcanum.
The what? Oh, yeah.
The Arcanum is the rule set, but mainly just the single rule that normal mortals are not allowed to know about the dream, the magical world which you all reside. I know it's been difficult, as things have been seeming to bleed since last year due to an unforeseen accident that happened in West Birch, Colorado. With that all being said, I'm glad to be part of this class as a substitute teacher for the moment. I know it's weird for college, but I'm kind of just liaisoning at the moment. As you all know, there has been a couple problems here in downtown Denver. The walls between the dream and the waking world are bleeding together. In this class is, let's just call it a work study. And that uncharacteristic grin just crawls across his face again. You will be compensated by the U.S. government and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, which I currently head.
Compensation, I gotta
Whatever you need, please let me know. But we are having a bleed problem on campus as of today. I will let you know when you are needed. I will go begin investigation. Please prep yourselves and ready yourselves with whatever you need. And I wish you all luck. And John gets up, put his beret back on, and he puts his jacket on, and you see a large FBI badge hang out the front of his jacket. I will be back. Give me 10 minutes. If I'm not back in 10 minutes, who knows where it went? Please look for me. I will see you all outside. And John walks out of the classroom, and you are all left alone with your fellow classmates in the sculpture studio, exactly where you're sitting. You may make any preparations you need at this time, any small things you want to begin working on, tinkering with. Please let me know.
What did you say, Devin? What did you say? Or did somebody ask a question?
I said, what are we preparing?
Yeah, was there like a purple mist on campus? Is that what we're
The
preparing?
purple mist was the bleed of the dream and the waking world crossing over.
What's the urgency on campus?
The urgency on campus is there is a bleed much similar to what just happened in class,
Ah.
but it is unintentional and is by a source that we do not know of currently.
Ah.
We have to go find a bad guy.
A bleeding? A bleeding
That
that
is
has...
a full possibility.
Oh, so we're in two worlds at once.
Yes. And you would know, as our realm walker,
Oh, yes.
there are actually 9 realms.
Oh.
And you walk across 3 of them at the same time. There's the waking world, which is a place of facts and logic, but it is also a place of illusions, where you are disguised from your true self. And mirroring that is the dream, a place where your true form is revealed, a place of magic,
Like
a
a
place of
Play-Doh
ideas.
pot? The ideal.
Think more like Stranger Things. And then from that, There is a third that almost acts as a barrier, known as the astral realm. It is that thin membrane between magic and reality. It is where practical casting and the use of actual magic outside of its raw form is allowed. There's
That's some studying to do.
Way to reference Plato. Mermaid.
I just had AIS.
But John has given you some time to prep yourselves for whatever you feel is the current threat on campus as of today. Whether that be some sort of malevolent force, some sort of bleed between the realms, a possible convergence of timelines, or, some Boulder kids ran in and brought the cloud with them.
Brought the clap with them?
The cloud.
I think that's more scary.
Both are bad. Both are not good. But you are also left kind of after these very stoic first day class introductions with your other 5 classmates.
You guys freaked out?
Walter, I'm a portal hopper.
I'm freaked out if the older kids are coming with the cloud.
Yeah, the older kids are coming with the class. Everybody around.
That's something to actually.
We need some vaccination for the older kids.
Wow. So you guys are like starting out here just in campus?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay.
Who's got what? Should we do like an inventory? Make sure we've got stuff?
I don't know.
What are we supposed to be doing?
I don't know.
Why does it have a lot of weapons?
I've got a lot of art supplies. That's what I packed for.
We're slugging.
Well, let's
Yeah.
say if you don't have what you think you should have, how are you going to get it?
And a flux capacitor, just in case we want
I'll be friends with Sushi over there.
some random shit.
I'm not really sure, like,
Got filters.
What?
Got filters.
I have water filters. You have
Okay.
filters, I got water filters. You have we can filter out the smog, green world. Is it a smog that is like contaminating the whole world? Is that what's going on?
UV spray.
Speak spray.
UV spray.
Oh.
UV spray. That'll protect the
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
stop you from evaporating.
There we go.
So you're like managing squirrel posse.
I don't think I actually have squirrels.
it's not like
You could make them if you wanted to,
That'd be so
using
scary.
your ability,
Yes.
but that is up to you.
That'd be scary.
Well, I didn't pack anything, but I have conjuring abilities to make anything I want appear. So,
Oh.
You can always try anything. It might not work, but you can always try it. So remember.
So can we like telepathically ask the miss what
What?
it is?
do you play this game?
Oh.
Well,
In my previous life, I actually used to handle like the gaming section for a hobby town. I did all the ordering and I probably played more D&D than. I don't know. Yeah,
Am I supposed to fill this out?
Yeah. Like 5.
Just five here. I thought that was over here.
Should we try to find this thing to solve what's going on?
That's a
Yeah,
good
figure
idea.
out where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Do we want to prevent it from happening, or do we want it to happen? It sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I can see 10 seconds of the future and die, so
What happened?
What do you see?
I don't know.
I don't know.
If you would like to use your ability, go ahead and make me an insight check at this time. Just roll your dice, and the number you get on there, plus whatever modifiers you have to insight, which is
16.
your wisdom.
Okay. 17.
17? 17, as the rest of you see this small orange fuzzy man, just eyes completely go for a moment. Lorax, you see as you travel briefly forward in time, you are all still scrambling, and then in another timeline, there is fire starting to come through the door. In another one, there is darkness starting to creep in, clinging to the walls, and almost counteracting the dream.
But you guys don't
This is what's going on.
So the Lorax could choose to tell us that or not?
That is completely up to the Lorax. But those are the three timelines you currently see with the choices you guys make in the future. And you have 10 seconds to make that choice.
So you want to tell them?
Yes.
Alright, yeah, I'll let them know.
Okay.
All right. You guys
Now we know.
just
guys
nod,
now know.
and he repeats exactly what I just said.
I feel like I'm
So there's either gonna be a fire or a world's gonna arrive. Darkness is creeping in. Something like this.
Wait, because there was one where we were all still like scrambling around, one with fire and one with darkness. Okay.
Yes.
So we should probably get out of this room. None of those things sound really helpful.
Yeah. I'm thinking,
I don't know, the darkness sounds
do like a flashlight on our phone, you grab a fire extinguisher. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. All right.
As you guys have gone over your inventory, your abilities, make sure you keep those in mind as we move forward. Do you all exit the classroom? Do you all exit the classroom?
Do we or we do?
Do you?
Yeah,
Do
we all exit the
I
class.
think we should just send a Lorax, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm chilling, I'll walk into the fire, I have my forge clothes. So.
I mean, we saw it. It's just,
Lorax, do you want to take a peek outside?
Yeah, I'll walk into the fire with my forge clothes on.
You go and you simply go to the door, and as you peek in the hallway, you see the lights are completely out in the hallway. And there's just a feeling, almost small seismic activity, as something is walking around the art building that you cannot see at this time.
Because it's dark or because it's invisible?
Unfortunately, the Lorax cannot tell at this time. If you would like to understand that, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Make it what?
Arcana.
What's that?
That would be plus your intelligence.
Oh,
Do you
okay, so you
roll?
want me to roll?
Roll. Yep.
Should have gotten like a
11.
no.
An 11.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know this is probably magical in nature. You are not quite sure what it is, though.
Alright.
And that is the information you glean from taking your peek outside the door. You are not quite sure what future this is quite yet.
so you can see the future? Is that what I'm gathering here?
10 seconds.
10 seconds for you? Okay.
All right.
No.
Let's go kick this guy's ass. Huh?
Yeah, let's wrap this up. Let's go
Let's
find
do
this.
something.
Let's go out there and
So are we
investigate.
all going out the door now?
Yeah, let's Scooby-Doo this shit.
Alright, we'll all go out the door.
You all comically, in all your different sizes, peek outside the doorway and it perfectly stacks.
Nice.
Like Scooby-Doo.
You get
As
snacks.
only 2 minutes have elapsed since your professor has left, as you all checked your backpacks. One of you went kind of cataracts for a minute, and then you just decided, let's leave.
Oh, we were supposed to wait for him for 7 minutes, right?
For 10. But 2 is perfectly fine. As you guys go out,
That's why we sent the Lorax. So you think somebody behind?
Sushi,
Yeah.
I need you to roll a perception check real quick.
Perception?
Yes.
Perception.
Perception is going to be plus your wisdom.
1, and then a 3.
So 3, 1,
4.
and then plus your wisdom.
What's our wisdom? 1.
1? Okay, so 5 total.
Okay.
With a 5, you are bombarded as soon as you peek out into that hallway, as you're used to seeing 3 planes at once. There is, the waking, the dream, and the astral between them. What you did not expect is there are 5 stacked on top of each other here at Metro this evening. There is the elemental plane of fire stacked on top of this at the moment. It is a place of eternal desert, but creatures with an infinity for fire, fire giants, genies, even some dragons are created or born here in the elemental plane of fire. And then there's the other one. The other one is the 9th plane.
Right?
9th.
9th.
The last one. Or, in some cases, the first. It's simply known as the void.
The what?
Or the darkness.
The void.
Yes. The void or the darkness.
Okay.
You also know it to be the space in between all the other realms.
All the other what?
Realms.
Okay, wait. This is when you look outside, there's a fire over us, and then
So
over
our
that is a
There's
void.
5 different.
Only Sushi
5
sees this
planes.
because
I'm a
of
planes here.
yeah.
So you
So
see the future, I see multiple dimensions, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Waking world, dream world, the world in between, a void and a fire realm.
yes, pretty
Okay.
much. And it's hard to really perceive anything in those, as it's almost like looking at a kaleidoscope with everything layered on top of each other at once. And it's just hard for you to focus, and you really can't see what is moving in between the realms at this time. The rest of you, what would you like to do?
No, we should call a mental hospital. Cool.
What?
I'm gonna touch Sushi and see if she's scared or not.
You feel an immediate sense of like being overwhelmed, just sensory wise. It's not mentally damaging. It's just like waking up and having the big light turned on at you first thing in the morning. It just blinds you for a second. Given enough time, your eyes will readjust and refocus.
It's a little bit concern.
But yeah, you just feel this immediate sense of being overwhelmed.
Okay.
And as Lulu touches you, Sushi, that feeling kind of dulls a little bit, and you feel a little better about yourself.
Friends.
Yes.
Like we get to like fight creatures.
The rest of you, as you kind of peek into this hallway, what would you like to do?
Is the hallway empty?
The hallway appears to be empty at this time.
It
But-
appears to be what?
Empty.
Appears to be empty, but there is that slight, like every maybe 30 seconds, that small feeling of almost like seismic activity in the building.
And it's dark.
How much time
And
has
it's dark.
elapsed since the professor left?
About like 3 minutes.
Dang, man, a lot has happened in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to plant some roots and get some last minute nutrients from the cracks for the art.
Yeah, you kind of go and lean up kind of against the wall, like in between the lockers where you know the tile just has those cracks in it where it just doesn't quite fit, and the rest of you see this kind of like almost kind of cartoon-esque tobacco plant just place their hand against the wall.
This is like
I'm imagining in this
Yeah.
group.
it's kind of like plant pornography a little bit. Like,
You're,
Softcore.
Looks like you're shooting up.
but Big Red, you plant some roots. If you want to go ahead and put in temporary hit points You have 2 temporary hit points.
What did you say? Hit points?
Hit points. So in that box where you have hit points, there's one under it that says temporary. Put 2 in there.
Okay.
So basically, you've given yourself a little extra health to bolster yourself with whatever seems to be in this hallway that you cannot see. I will let you guys know you can do any of those checks. You can ask me what one means. I will tell you. And if someone has failed one, you can kind of perceive it, but everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses.
I'm doing an intelligence check.
Or
roll, or
what are you trying to glean from that?
come back to you.
Okay.
About that now.
Yeah. You can also I want to figure this out, and I'll give you a roll, or I want to do this thing, and I'll give you a roll for
Is
that.
there anyone in here that can talk to, like, elemental things?
Oh, I can talk to the dead.
Oh yeah, you should try and talk to the dead. See if there's any dead out there.
I mean, yeah, you just kind of speak out in this hallway. What do you ask?
Hello? Is anyone out there?
That's it.
What do you want?
I don't know. Are there dead people?
I would like to ask
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me. That's going to be plus your charisma.
8 plus 2.
So 10. You speak out into this hallway, and as there is only the 6 of you, it kind of echoes for a minute. And you would think the echo would last for a little longer than it does, and
Hit something.
the sound seems to be buffeted by something larger in this hallway. And it doesn't echo quite as much as you thought you would, but there is no answer.
You have turrets on your vision.
Does anything respond?
Nothing responds at this time.
Can I feel anything?
You feel the presence of something, but you're not quite sure what it is or its current intent.
But Mist can, like,
Mist, if you go out there, then you can kind of like see the form like when you hit it, and then I'll run and I'll touch it and I'll see what it wants.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. You walk into the hallway.
Float.
Slide, float.
Five. Rest. Wait, that's not.
Huh.
Place.
Go ahead and just make me a straight investigation check. That is going to be plus your intelligence.
Should I roll?
Yes. So roll and then plus your intelligence.
16 plus 1.
Pretty good, a lot.
17. You kind of spill out into the hallway almost. And all of you start to see what's not being filled out in the hallway. And you start to see an arm, just reptilian in nature,
The lizard people are here.
just
They escaped from
About-
DIA.
I knew it.
about half the size of the hallway,
Oh, gosh dang it.
leading to a body that fills what seems to be the entire stairwell. And with a 17, you get to his face.
Devin, we found the pet lizard.
And I touch it.
You see a large dragonoid figure filling out the entirety of the art building, as it is crammed in the empty spaces.
I'm really scared.
Lulu, if you want to go ahead and touch it, make me.
Watch this scary monster. Lizard. Devin's pet that she lost like 3 years ago.
Make me an insight check.
You lost a lizard here?
Really?
Yeah. Like, I was holding it.
That's plus your
You
wisdom.
lost a lizard like in the school?
1.
No, I just
I have
had a
no
dream.
vision.
Oh, I was like, that's funny.
What did you get?
1.
A natural 1?
I have no wisdom.
Okay. With a natural 1, what I can tell you is you do not get an instantly pleasant feeling.
Okay.
And unfortunately with that, you are shot out of your connection with this being almost instantly, as the only thing you can sense is rage and anger at this time.
I would be mad too if I was
Can
stuck
I
in the
hit him with a
building.
blow dart gun?
What do you have currently loaded in the blow dart?
I don't know, I have a blow dart gun, and it seems like an appropriate approach to dragons.
I was about to say, you should shapeshift and go talk to
Like,
him.
I'm angry. Let's just, like, you know.
Let's try to get
I was about to say, yeah.
I can throw flowers at it.
Okay.
You should shapeshift and like,
Yeah.
dragon and go talk to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have dragon telepathy.
Okay.
Your dragon telepathy? Alright.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah. You speak to this being dragon to dragon.
Dragon is dragon.
What do you say?
What do you want? Why are you here?
Don't ask who his mom is. We
What's
probably
his
know
name?
him.
Not gonna take you to dinner first?
Make me a persuasion check.
Yeah.
So that's plus your charisma. Persuasion.
Okay. Oh.
12. You speak out and you just kind of ask what you want, and your mind connects to this being, and there is a stillness for a minute, and you feel it first, Mist, as you are currently enveloping this this creature, but you feel it shift and its head move, and it locks eyes with you, and its invisibility starts to fade, and you see this scarlet red color as it stares you down. I
Say who hurt you.
want out.
Oh no.
And it starts to move, and you all start to feel that seismic activity as when this dragon moves, it starts to break down the wall as it is physically larger and almost was displaced in the building. And as it moves its other shoulder, it starts taking out one of the other walls.
Explain to him that. Oh, is there anybody else on campus?
You are not sure at this time.
Can you tell him to hold his horses while we check before he tears down the building so nobody gets hurt?
And it is going to start to move, and it is going to inch closer to you, Pixel.
Yeah, why are you going to violence first?
You probably want to make this guy
Or
our
violence.
friend.
But I have guns.
Sushi's going rogue.
Yeah, so we can free the dragon.
What happened to the professor? Did he bring back?
Yeah, like how many more minutes?
How much time?
It has been 4 minutes.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, time is really weird.
You guys have moved very quickly I'm bored, and moved out into the hallway, came up with a quick plan, and found a extremely large red dragon that seems very pissed off.
Well, because he probably got mixed up and teleported here because the worlds were like, you know.
And
That's
he
true. That's a
is
good question. Is he from this realm?
it is fully in view and all of you can see it. Pixel, go ahead and make me a just straight intelligence check. So just add your intelligence to whatever you roll. Just add your intelligence to whatever you roll. 15? You know a being of this size, this power, and most likely this age, speaks almost every language possible. So, if anyone else wants to try and attempt to have a conversation with it, it is fully within its realm to understand them. Whether it wants to answer them is a completely different ballgame.
Let's ask him where he came from and how he got here. I'll ask him where he came from and how he got here.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check real quick.
You have a what?
I have a bubble maker.
Bubble maker?
20 plus charisma?
Did you roll a 20 on the dice?
Yeah.
Just like,
Flying bubbles.
And then I got 2 in charisma, so 22.
I will explain something now that you have gotten both of them.
Can you do that?
If you get a 1 on the dice,
Steam bubbles?
no matter what you have modifying it, that is a failure.
That is what?
A natural 1 is a
this is less
failure.
than
A failure?
To whatever you're doing, no matter what you have added to it. If you roll a 20, no matter what it is, no matter how impossible it seems, if you roll a 20, it happens.
Okay.
alright, so I want to ask it if it wants to make some flame bubbles. Okay, is that a bubble maker?
I'm asking it where it came from and how
How
it
flame
got
bubbles are
here.
really cool.
I will say almost, Lulu, without quite realizing it, you go up and you actually place your hand on this thing's arm as its free one, as it's still trying to push its way out of the other one.
To calm him down.
I came from my home, my domain, my kingdom. I was ripped from there. And you see he starts to flicker almost like TV static for a second as you do this. And he fully understands what's going on. And he looks at you. And then he looks over all of you. I was rash and sorry. And he slows his movement of his other arm and stops currently destroying the art building at this time. I was displaced from my home. It was quite upsetting when it is very sudden and then you're halfway inside of a stone building. And it is at that time all of you can see outside of the large windows on the side, and you notice there's just half a dragon sticking outside of the art building. And he's kind of just displaced here at the moment.
So he had to come in through some sort of portal.
It is at that time your eyes slowly begin to adjust to this new layering of the realms. You see the center of the plane of fire is here. It's him. He has brought a bit of the plane of fire with him, and he's the reason that that lens of the realms is even here, is because of him.
I say we go to the sewer system so the mist doesn't evaporate and I don't burn.
That was going to be a problem if he became agitated. Unfortunately, or fortunately, at this time, he has seemed to calm himself and not decided to breathe fire. Because at this time, Lorax, you understand which future you're in. You're in your first future, where you're all clambering and heading towards the door.
Can I use my powers to conjure a portal to meet the dragon and takes it back to its home?
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check real quick.
14. That's 1. 15.
15? You begin forming this portal. And it begins to take shape. Unfortunately, you don't have a connection to the plane of fire, so it's like making a frame without knowing the picture. So you have the framework, but you're gonna need some help to completely finish the portal.
So, can I help him?
Yes, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Yeah, that'd be a 3.
Pretty good.
You try and almost grab onto your personal portal system. you kind of jump from realm to realm. You exist in all 9 at the same time. And you try and hold on to that onto the plane of fire. You did not roll a 1, which is good. You feel yourself, as soon as you grab onto your connection with the plane of fire, your body immediately wants to jump to that plane. But you have enough control over yourself to not immediately jump there. Unfortunately, you did not grab enough of that plane to bring back and complete this portal.
That's right.
Thank you.
Got your back.
Can anybody else
For
help?
that counts.
Anyone else can try.
Thanks, we can do it.
What do you want to do to help finish this portal?
I don't know. What should I do?
What are your abilities?
You also, Pixel, have the World Maker ability
Yeah.
to create pocket dimensions of your own creation.
That should. Can you put the dragon somewhere safe until we can get him back to his portal?
Can I do that?
That is fully within your power. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check real quick.
Okay.
Roll is fire. That's what you're rolling.
17.
17.
Wait, before we do that, should we ask the dragon if he knows how to get back since he's so old?
You
Mr. Opportunity?
Lulu, you think to ask this question as suddenly, Pixel, a small book kind of forms in your hands, and you begin writing. And the rest of you see this just shining image start to form in the book as a vast desert is formed. And as you go and you hold it up to the dragon, he is sucked into your book. And he is currently out of the foundation of the art building. And he is currently in a safe place until you find the time to get him back to his home.
Can we communicate with him in this other portal?
Yes, it's almost like dialogue in a book. So in your journal, he'll speak, and it will show up kind of as text in the journal, and then
Tom Riddle style.
Very much Tom Riddle style, yes. You all feel that seismic activity again, but it seems to shake very heavily and then stop.
When does our creepy professor come back?
He's not a part of this anymore. He left us.
We're making portals and shit, and he's not coming back.
That shakiness of the building stops for a second. Anyone who wants to, go ahead and make a perception check.
I'll do
Okay. 8 plus 1, 9.
that. Is it wisdom?
Perception is wisdom, yes.
Alright. Yeah.
You just kind of take a look around and you realize there's a giant hole in the art building. It's about dragon size. And that is most likely not good for the foundation of the building in its whole, but the building stands nonetheless as of right now.
Can I put 10 seconds into the future to see if the building will collapse?
Go ahead and make me an insight check real quick.
11. 12.
11. So with a 12, you see 2 possible outcomes. You see one where the building collapses, and you see one where through that hole, an inky blackness, the same one you saw in the third timeline, start to stretch out again.
Yeah.
Can we send the Lorax in it?
Oh,
Man, I don't know what you have against me. Like.
Lorax.
Sushi, it is at this time that kind of kaleidoscope vision you have
Yeah.
of all 5 realms all together. As soon as the dragon is put into this pocket dimension, there's only 4. he took the essence of the fire plane with him. So he is fully, as he is contained, so is that realm. So it is the void, and then the three, the regular planes, as I'll just refer to them as that. So there's the three regular, but the darkness, the void, whatever you'd like to call it, still has a foothold here, and you're not quite sure what is propagating that.
So don't send the Lorax.
You would not currently have something to send the Lorax at, as you don't know its source, but it is kind of this creeping shadow that just fills in the empty spaces.
Can the Lorax see? What? You realize that everybody's utilities here. You can make it burn now? Yeah. Think. You can make a spiritual realm, a sky, dreams, folk dwellings.
You can make the sky one.
Old Red, what are you doing at this time as you just watch this dragon appear and then disappear? As you're just kind of like almost like leaning against the wall, just sucking in nutrients from the ground.
I couldn't grow off the dragon and missed an opportunity. I have $50 worth of equipment. I could have used somehow.
If you would like to use that equipment to help stabilize the building, that's perfectly within your your realm. There's also
Not unless it's not going to fall down. But
a lot of strong feelings going on currently. A lot of strong feelings.
So, can we send the empath to touch the dark realm stuff and tell us what it is?
Yeah.
You are the only one who can see the void at this time, as its manifestation on the world currently has not shown itself.
Is it like the nothing from the Neverending Story?
I'm showing my hand here. I've never seen Neverending Story. I only know Falcor. Oh,
She's been so disappointed by movie choices today.
I felt that sigh. I felt it personally.
It's so good. You have to watch it. You really like it.
I will.
Just disappointed in you, Robin.
I could tell.
Okay. We're outside the art building. The art building's about to fall down. Okay. You don't have a teacher. You see a boy. Yes, a boy.
Yes, a boy.
Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know how to like amp this up. This is really tricky.
I'm gonna conjure up some.
Yep, some of that stuff.
I'm gonna conjure up some marijuana. We're gonna roll a big split, and we're all gonna smoke it so we can, get some more ideas.
I'm with it.
Okay.
I'm with it.
Tobacco over here is like.
And old red, and old red is psilocybin mushrooms out
Should I provide?
First, I need you to roll an Arcana check.
Oh, it's a 1.
No!
You create.
Wait! I have a way to solve all this. I have a giant pouch of Chinese herbs.
Okay.
What's the box of herbs?
You create what you believe to be marijuana.
That's so upsetting. It's not so bad.
That's salvia. That shit's
Oh,
scary.
And then Sushi, you provide some additional roughage.
Chinese herbs, huh?
I need you now to make a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand.
Yes. That will be plus your dexterity.
Okay, dexterity. 18.
18. You roll a pretty good joint.
Great.
Solid. It's well put together, and
It's well put together.
for a sentient cloud of mist, it's not bad.
It does the job. It gets all your
Yeah.
flag.
It It checks all the boxes.
Great.
And it is with that as you go and decide to light up. What is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna go and join.
Okay, Lorax, you join
I have a
in.
goal.
Okay, Pixel, you join in. My three in the center.
Like, if I smoke something, I see like 14 more rounds here. Like, do you want this?
That is up to Sushi.
Sushi's coming.
Okay, Sushi's in.
Let's go.
Old Red, Lulu, what are you guys doing?
I'll just be.
I'll make sure you guys are.
Reds approach.
I remember who makes it.
Lulu plays trip sitter.
Babysitter.
Makes it.
Man, you know what? I'm really worried about like wait, so is this?
Hmm?
I was about to say, wait, so was it an actual joint or was it not? So,
You guys don't know.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still coming.
We would
Old
know.
Red.
We'll just see what
We
happens.
would know.
I have the real stuff.
Do you know?
I know.
Oh, of course.
Are we all gonna go down and do dark hole?
Oh, wait, can I do an insight check and look 10 seconds into the
Actually, you
future and
guys
see if it's actual weed?
I'll take my.
You may hear in a second.
Oh, yeah.
Old Red.
Not serious.
What are you doing?
Are you staying on the wall? You come and look like?
Where's the wall?
I don't know. 'Cause you're
You're chilling on the wall, still got your roots in.
He's already high.
Watching everything happen.
So what are you doing?
I'm just tapping into
Drinking some
the old
water.
bubble gum that has nutrients stuck under the desk.
Oh, so you're still just chilling?
Still.
Yeah, you're chilling. And for the moment, you guys take a chill, nice minute. And we'll take a 5-minute break. If anyone needs to use the bathroom, get some water at this time. It has been an hour.
All right.
Cool. So bio break, we're not done yet.
We're not, what?
This is
what
intermission.
there?
This is intermission.
Intermission?
Yes.
Play. 2 parts?
I know, he's like acting out. He was really good at I feel like if
Robert,
I
what's
gave
the
him
longest game of Dungeons and Dragons you've ever played?